Hi, I'm Matt, here in Michigan.
And I'm Randall here in Texas. Today, Matt and I are taking a look at a new film. It's a Netflix film, Thunder Force. Just came out. It stars Melissa McCarthy, Octavia Spencer, Jason Bateman, Bobby Cannavale, Palm Clementieff, and Taylor Mosby. It is written and directed by Ben Falcone, probably best known for his work on Tammy and Life of the Party, which both star his wife, Melissa McCarthy. If you like this sort of thing, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring that bell icon so that way you always know when we are posting our latest videos.
In Thunder Force, two estranged friends from high school reunite when one of them mistakenly takes the other's formula, giving them superpowers. Now the two of them are teaming up to protect the city of Chicago from supervillains. This movie so far has received poor reviews from both critics and audiences. Randall, so far people aren't too big on this film. What'd you think about Thunder Force?
Is Thunder Force a good movie? No. No, it is not. But it knows exactly what it is. It does not pretend to be anything other than what it is. And I guess I can respect that part of it.
Alrighty then.
It's kind of an interesting, weird thing that we're doing this kind of April Guilty Pleasures films. I'm not going to say this is a guilty pleasure of mine. It's new and whatnot, but I could see it being someone's guilty pleasure film. Matt, what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, man, Randall. This movie is ridiculous to me, but sadly, not in the good way. The premise to me makes really no sense, and, I could overlook that if I thought, a lot of the jokes were, hitting. But for me, the jokes didn't really hit.
I think I sprained my groin. Do chicks have groins?
Now, I do have to say I watched this film with my mom, and my mom did enjoy this film. She was laughing at the different bits. I wish I could have had as much enjoyment in this film as she did. But, hey, different movies for different folks. It might be one of those guilty pleasure films for her.
The thing is, I liked the premise of this film, kind of. Like the first part of it. Because it's got this kind of Fantastic Four vibes where you get these powers from some sort of weird space anomaly, cosmic ray thing going on. But instead of activating these genes in good people, they only activate it in people who happen to have a psychotic break. So everyone who gets them is evil. So now we have super evil people running around, but no good guys to combat them. So usually it's the other way around. It's almost always superheroes, and then, well, if we have superheroes, we got to have supervillains. So I actually liked the premise, the idea of that. I did not like the way that, Melissa McCarthy's character dummied into getting the super strength. I thought that was kind of silly.
One thing I thought was kind of weird, too, is that, her best friend, Octavia Spencer, she's the one that's supposed to be getting all this stuff, and supposedly she's been training her whole life, but other than being able to, being smart enough to develop the stuff, it doesn't seem like that she actually has the mindset or anything really of, a superhero kind of thing. You'd think all this time, she'd kind of be, training, her body and getting into, tactical stuff to be able to be a superhero. Because a lot of times, superhero, you're not really training to be a superhero, just kind of happens to you. And I guess for Melissa McCarthy, that definitely does happen here. I'll have to say, Randall, of all the parts in this movie, her actually getting the super serum or whatever, and the little bit of training that we get before she's gets her costume and stuff, I think that actually was probably the most enjoyable parts of the movie. That was probably the funniest parts of the movie for me.
It's funny that you put enjoyable and funny in the same sentence, because for me, the funniest parts of the film are the least enjoyable parts of the film. In fact, the funniest parts of this film could be cut out, and you could totally just make the movie 10 minutes shorter. Easy. A solid 10 minutes shorter. It could be an hour and a half instead of an hour and 40 minutes. Everything that has to do with Jason Bateman's crab in this, and the whole Melissa McCarthy subplot between those two characters, is absolutely, completely ridiculous, and is unnecessary to the plot. You just don't need it. But at the same time, those are the scenes that I found myself laughing the most at, simply out of sheer ridiculousness.
Yeah, I would agree that those are sheer ridiculousness. I don't really want to go into spoilers those part for people who want to see this movie, haven't watched it yet. But yeah, I actually didn't laugh or really find those parts all too enjoyable. Other parts, there's a lot of food humor in this one, dealing with Melissa McCarthy and different things that she eats in this film, and I did not enjoy those either. Granted, too, probably should not have been eating food while watching those parts either. That might have added to it. But it's like, oh man, no. Anything dealing with food in this movie, and like you said, the stuff between her and Jason Bateman's, half man, half supervillain crab. Oh my goodness.
It's utter ridiculousness. Now, there was one joke that they went in on a couple of times, which I thought was funny, and I immediately laughed at it. Oh my god, they killed Kenny, Matt!
Em, stop! You're cooking them from the inside out!
Oh, man.
Please don't film this, sir. It's a mistake!
Oh my god! They killed Kenny!
And I'm like, oh god, it's so obvious. But everything in this movie is so obvious. Everything in this movie is telegraphed. If you watch movies at all, you're just like, yep, this is gonna happen. Yep, this is gonna happen. Yeah, this is gonna happen. There's nothing in here that is surprising at all.
Do not throw that bus. I can't hear you because I'm literally throwing a bus!
You didn't see that coming?
And from some perspective, again, like I mentioned at the beginning, it doesn't pretend to be anything other than a cheap comedy superhero film. It's got nothing going on for it except for that. And, I can get behind it a little bit in that perspective. It's simple, easy to follow, just dumb humor. And for some people that works.
I do like that this movie does have some heartfelt moments in it, especially between our two main characters. We have some good beats with them, and also like their family members. So I think that kind of stuff does real well, but honestly, when it comes to like a comedy and stuff, I think I am enjoying more laughing at this movie after the fact, thinking back on the movie like, oh my goodness, than I was actually like enjoying watching the film. But hey, maybe this is one of those, conversation pieces. But I tell you, my mom, she did enjoy this movie. She was laughing at different parts. I wouldn't say she was laughing at all the jokes, but she was laughing at this movie quite a bit. So maybe just a different audience is definitely gonna like attach themselves, I guess, to this film.
Hey, maybe it's for that audience that's just been cooped up for an entire pandemic, and they're just like, you know what? I don't care. I just need to see something new.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. I think there's a few movies like that coming out where I think maybe some movies are getting a little bit more, positives and stuff because, we've been cooped up for a bit and we're excited to see new films.
All in all, I am not excited about any like potential franchise opportunities here. It's good where it is. I mean, I guess Melissa McCarthy's husband gets tased, but since he's Kenny and they killed him, he can't come back and get re-tased. So please don't make a sequel.
What do you guys think about Thunder Force if you've seen it? Let us know in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out some of our other reviews. We also have other new movie reviews. We check out some flashback reviews. We also look at TV shows, and we have deeper dives on big discussions Randall and I have.
We do? Are you sure?
I mean, they're general. I guess they're bigger discussions.
Randall and I have. Better jokes than almost the jokes in Thunder Force.
It could have been worse. I could have said Matt and I have.
Also, be sure to check out our Facebook page. We post the day before what we're going to be posting the next day on YouTube. We also post a couple of other things there if you want some minor news articles, usually about Star Wars and Star Trek being our main fandoms. Give us a like over there if you haven't already. For now, I'm Randall here in Texas. I'll see everyone next time.
And I'm Matt here in Michigan. Have a good day, everybody. Next time on No Market Media. Please consider checking out some of our other videos.